Welcome to World Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Natalie Rydström. The FIFA Confederations Cup Brazil 2013 has reached its final rounds. And here with us now to discuss all the betting odds is sportswriter Nila Amerova. Nila, thanks for joining us.
Hi Natalie, thanks for having me on your show.
Now it's finally here, the final match to determine the winner of the Confederations Cup Brazil 2013 between Brazil and Spain. Both teams have been favourites to outright win since the beginning of the competition, and now they'll go head-to-head to fight for the trophy in Rio de Janeiro on Sunday. The odds are mighty close for this match, with bookies slightly favouring Brazil, priced at 2.6, and Spain are priced at 2.7, both odds courtesy of Bet365. Now Spain were slightly favoured to beat Brazil before Spain played Italy. So do you think their performance, which has been described as uninspired, could have been a result of this?
That's a good question, Natalie. When the best in the world meet the best in history, I think it should be a great contest, and I think it's fitting that the odds are mighty close, as you pointed out. That the odds have flipped on Spain, I don't think is a result of the semifinals, at least not for that reason, that they played uninspired. Just to add a note on that assessment, I don't think Spain were uninspired. I think Italy changed the script on them. Italy switched things up. They changed their formation. They were 3 back with 5 in midfield, essentially choking the Spanish middle and their ability to make those delightful short passes that they do through the midfield. So I think what Italy did, they came with a really good game plan against Spain. And at the end of the day, Spain held its nerve. So I think credit should go to them for doing that, because that was quite an exhaustive match. Back to the odds, though. The reason I think the odds flipped on Spain in so many ways for this match, there's a few. One, I think, is because they're at the disadvantage because they played on Thursday, whereas Brazil played on Wednesday. And so that gives Brazil the slight edge in terms of an extra day's rest. The other reason I think it flipped is because where Spain played, they played in Fortaleza, which is almost, I think it's quite a ways further from Rio de Janeiro than Belo Horizonte, which I think is a sixth of the way, was the assessment that I came across. So I think those two things factor into the odds. And as well, I think, of course, there's also the balancing of the action that bookies must do in terms of determining odds values. So I wouldn't interpret the change in odds as a drop in faith in Spain.
Right, okay, good observation there. Now, as far as a pick for this match goes, I'm guessing it's not going to be easy. So go on, Nila, what's your pick for this match, and where's the real value here?
Well, Natalie, I think I'm going to stick with Spain to win, even though the odds are stacked against them, somewhat literally and figuratively. They were my pick from the start, so I'm not going to change that. Besides, as the slight underdogs, I think their price is now also even more appealing. And the reason why I'm going to stay with them as well, too, is if you look at the outright win market, the bookies aren't really making any decisions there, and they're tipping both Brazil and Spain to outright win this competition. At least at Bet365, I saw them both tipped at -110. So that is telling, I think. And I think just because the odds moved on Spain somewhat, again, like I said, it's not something, if you're a fan of Spain and if you're confident that they're going to win, I think they're good value for your money, definitely to back. You can, of course, make the argument that Brazil has a good chance to win, especially of the advantages that I mentioned earlier, having the extra day's rest above home edge and all that. So, I mean, you can't discount Brazil at all. But still, Spain, in my opinion, I think is the best team. Great players. They have great players. They have a proven game plan. They are the world champions and the European champions for a reason, and I think they've showed us why they are one of the best teams in the world. And so I'm going to go with Spain. And if you're looking for additional value, I do like the over 2.5 in this game. Again, I think both teams have extraordinary firepower that they can definitely both score. I think it's more likely than not that they both will score, knowing what is on the line in this match. And I like Spain to win by a goal because I think it's going to be a close and narrow affair. And you can find that at +333 at Bet365.
Okay, Nila, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.